that was so good to hear after so many years. I I have loved Chrono Cross since I played it years ago. It's one of my favorite JRPGs. I've played it to completion at least twice, even though back then I was really young, so I don't even know if I discovered everything. Um, Definitely did not recruit every single playable character. This is one of the games which has close to 50 playable characters. They are all recruitable, and one of the funny things is many of them are really hard to figure out how to recruit, and some of them get locked out when you recruit other specific characters. So it is definitely not the kind of game that you can fully get the full experience in a single playthrough. Plus, there's a lot of hidden stuff which you might not come across. Um, okay, so this seems to be showing random scenes from the game just from the menu right now. I can't remember if the original did that or not. So this is the remastered version, of course, and one of the things that I can immediately tell is that the font in that press start thing right in the beginning, that was definitely a different font. I did not have a game. Let us start a new game. Vibration function on. Um, I am playing this with a PlayStation 5 DualSense. I'm not sure how the vibration function translates. It's probably just a normal rumble. Um, oh, controllers. Oh yeah, because they introduced new functions. You now have stuff like auto battles and stuff like that. Can be redefined by selecting the customize option from the menu. I don't plan on making any modifications because you can do things like obviously the auto battle. I've heard that you can even completely ignore combat. I am not gonna do anything like that. I'm gonna try and keep this playthrough as faithful to the original game was. Um, oh, okay, yeah, so it's showing both the controller and the keyboard functions and stuff. Um, okay, so for the main character's name, I'm gonna keep all names original. I'm not one of the kinds of people who likes to rename characters anyway. There is a bit of controversy as to, well, I don't know if controversy is the right name. It's just that people can't really agree on what the main character's name is supposed to be pronounced like. According to the original Japanese, people say that it is something similar to Surge. Some people like to call him Sergey. Um, I'm probably gonna call him Surge since apparently that was the like closest version to what the original Japanese developers intended. Uh, so we'll probably call him that through this playthrough. Oh right, I didn't remember this introduction scene. So I obviously know a lot about the game, but I'm gonna keep this playthrough a spoiler-free playthrough. So if you have never played the game and don't know anything about it, then it's totally fine because I won't spoil anything about it. Um, Also, to be fair, there's a lot of stuff that I probably do not remember about the game. It's been many years, um, but it might start coming back to me as I start seeing things. What is it, Serge? You look troubled. This is it. There's no turning back now. Oi, come on, Serge. Zappa. Just you wait, Lynx. Today's gonna be the day of reckoning. Say your prayers. Not that it'll do you any good. Hehehe. Ha 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 ha. Serge. So in this game, you have a maximum party of 3. Oh, wait a minute. I'm pretty sure that there's a way for us to make the characters constantly run, if I'm not mistaken. Oh wait, left stick sensitivity, digital and analog. Curious. I don't remember if that was a thing in the original. But yeah, let's change that back. Controller default. Accuracy selection. I'll have a look at that later. I hope that this doesn't mean that it's gonna do selections for me. Let's see what it does. Yeah, stereo. I'm gonna keep everything as default as possible. Okay. Is that yeah, okay, so we are constantly running. That's what I prefer. So as I was saying, our party is of 3 characters. Serge is obviously our main character, and just so you know, for this introduction scene, the blonde girl, her name is Kid. She will always show up with you in this introduction scene. And now, because this game has such a wide roster of characters, what they did with this introduction scene is every time you start a new game, the 3rd character will always be randomized. So this character that's talking right now, Zappa, he's just one of the close to 50 characters that you can recruit in this game. Anyway, what's that crystal-like thing? Some kind of switch? Bugger. So close and yet so far. Also, I will not be doing accents because I am not very good at accents. Kid is supposed to have a heavy Scottish accent, if I'm not mistaken. And if I recall correctly in this game, the writers did a really good thing in writing dialogue, in the sense where every single character has their own way of talking and they actually write out the accent. And if I recall correctly, there are several accents. They didn't just bother about just writing dialogue, they actually tried to give each character personality. Okay, let me see if... okay, good. So before, when I was in the menu and it said something about auto accuracy, I was worried that it was going to do these selections over here for me. So basically, we have 3 kinds of attack. The 3rd attack is the strongest, but also has the least chance of hitting. And now, if you see, Serge just wasted a chunk of stamina by doing this. And basically, what we want to do is, we want to do some of these basic attacks. And based on how many we are able to do, our level on Surge is gonna go up. So that level is something that is per battle. And what that does is it's gonna unlock our magic abilities, which in this game they're all called elements. So for example, I hit with a 3, so I've unlocked all the magic that he has up to level 3. Now obviously this is an introduction part of the game, so these are like random things that they slot for you. Actually, I don't even know if they're random or if it's like a particular set every time. But obviously, this is not the experience that we're gonna have right from the beginning of the game. This is just the introduction. So before we do this, let me just try and hit him one more time. And also, yes, there is supposedly a very optimal way of doing this, in the sense of you're supposed to try and balance stamina between all of your characters, because when one character wastes stamina, the other one recovers a bit. So you can try and get as much as possible out of this. I've never really done that, especially since back then I was a kid. I don't even know if it was just because I didn't have any patience or because I didn't understand. But yeah, I usually just try to do 2 big hits with the number 3 auto attack, and then use my strongest element. And that's probably the way that I'm gonna play, because that's how I remember it. But if you do have any suggestions, or if you would like me to play in a different way, give me some suggestions in the comments, and maybe we can have a look at changing the way that things go. But for now, I'm gonna play my way, or at least the way that I remember playing. Okay. Okay, let us... oh yeah, and we obviously have different things. It's very similar to other JRPGs like Final Fantasy and so on. Oh right, I guess I should probably try and explain this a little bit. So, characters have this element grid, and each column of this grid has a different level. So, Surge has 5 levels. Meteor Shower right now is in the slot for level 5, but you notice that it has a +1. It has a +1 because it means that this element is actually a level 4 element. And because it was placed in a slot higher than it, it has a +1, meaning that it's a bit stronger. So you can slot things in higher grid locations to make them stronger. So yeah, let's show off a little bit of the magic. So that's a single target meteorite. It's the, let's say, lesser version from the one that I had used earlier that completely obliterated the entire party last time. And by party I actually mean the group of enemies. Aerosol and magma bomb. Another thing is each character has what is called an innate ability, so it's like their like main element. They will be stronger by using their own main elements, so you want to try and use elements that are the same color as that character. And then obviously your enemies also have innate elements, and they will either have strengths or weaknesses based on what that element is. And now, this what you're seeing right here is one of the mechanics that made me love Chrono Cross at a young age, because one of the things that I hate doing in certain JRPGs is after you finish a fight, you have to go around and look at your potions and heal up, and if it's one of those games that is constantly pestering you with random battles, you end up losing a lot of HP. So you actually spend a lot of time in your inventory trying to micromanage everything, trying to heal up and so on. What this game does is, if you have any levels of element left over from your battle, so we can see that Surge still has level 1 in his element grid, we can choose to use those elements to heal up automatically. Or if we have any consumables, we can also choose to do that. And this is a menu that shows up at the end of every battle, if we have taken damage already. And I just like the way that they just streamline the process of you healing your party after every battle. It takes away a lot of stress from just having encounter after encounter after encounter. Obviously it's not too bad, it's just a little bit nitpicky from me. Again, consider that a lot of the memories that I have are still from when I was very young, so I probably wasn't as tolerant as I would be today. But yeah, I'm very curious to see what I remember from this game and how impactful it is, because at least it was very impactful when I was young. Also, another thing that I haven't talked about is this game is... So, I was going to say that it's technically a sequel to Chrono Trigger, and the reason why I was gonna say technically and not definitely, even though it definitely is a sequel, it's a bit of a weird one, because it's what people would call not necessarily direct sequel. So if you know Chrono Trigger was very much into the whole time travel thing, and just as any good time travel story, you have multiple timelines, you have many things that are happening, it like becomes a bit complex. And one way of kind of imagining Chrono Cross is it's kind of a sequel, so it's in the future of Chrono Trigger, but if you picture it being like an alternate timeline kind of thing. So there are a lot of things in common with the previous entry, but in a way it's almost not a direct sequel. It's like its own thing in its own right. Even though you will probably see characters and things which are like nods towards previous characters. And back then it was always intriguing, because you would always ask yourself like, wait, is this really a sequel? Is this character the same character as the one in Chrono Trigger? But if it's in the future, then it doesn't make sense. So it raises all of these questions. So I think that the best way to think about this is, it is a sequel. It is after the events of Chrono Trigger, in a way. If you can even say after, because again, we're talking about time travel here. It's kind of like an alternate timeline if you think about it. Like it's a what if. Okay, I'm just trying to use some different kinds of elements just so that you can kind of see a little bit of a difference between all of them. So far, we haven't really been missing a lot. which is good and one of the reasons why I usually tend to do the big 3-hit. So yeah, now in the beginning I'm not specifically using any specific elements based on colors or anything like that. I'm just trying to vary things out a little bit just so you can see what is available. Okay. And now, by the way, if anyone actually has seen or played Chrono Trigger, this platform right here might be a little bit reminiscent, because it definitely is something that makes an appearance in Chrono Trigger. Oh wait, what the bloody hell just happened? What are we doing out here? Whoa, bugger. We're so high up. Is this thing floating? Did it feel like your body passed through the floor just now? This sure is some fort. Eh, Sergey? Sorry, I said Sergey. When I was young, I used to call him Sergey. But okay, we are gonna try and make an effort to call him Serge, since that's supposedly his more accurate name. Hey, Serge? You alright, mate? You've been acting all weird. We don't know what's up ahead, so just stay on your toes, eh? Ooh, very mysterious. What could have happened there? Serge. Good morning, Serge. Come on, sleepyhead, get up. Achievement unlocked, The Awakening. It's really odd looking at these backgrounds and stuff, because they obviously did remaster the graphics. It's just hard to tell how much. Because again, my memory of this game is being done through the lens of nostalgia, so I will always remember it looking amazing. And then when you look back at it, it obviously doesn't look the same way that you remember how it looked. So yeah, it's definitely looking very pixelated. So I'm wondering how the original looked compared to what I'm seeing right now. Surge took out Surge's not so secret savings. Received 200 gold. I assume that the G is gold. Would you like to rest? No, not now. We just woke up. When I was young, I used to call the money gil, I believe, and that's because at the time I was also playing Final Fantasy, so obviously all the money is gil there. I'm pretty sure that here it's just supposed to be gold. This is our mother. Good morning, Serge. You're finally up. The sun's already reached high noon. By the way, didn't you have plans to meet with Lena this morning? Lena came by to see if you were up. But you, young man, were still off in Never Never Land. You shouldn't break promises like that. Girls can be pretty scary if you make them angry. Okay, I thought she was gonna say something else. Okay, there's nothing else here. Can I pet the cat? I cannot remember. No, I cannot. They just meow when you talk to them. Okay, and this is the village that we live in. Oops, that is not what I wanted to do. This is what I do. Okay, I have to remember that the pause menu is not on start. Excuse me? Oh, okay. Time shifter. Controls the flow of time, fast forward or slow motion. Right trigger, left trigger. Can I use that now? Oh yeah, so that's the slow motion and that's the super speedy. Okay. So just so you know, the items in this game are like are all key items. One of the things that I loved is there's actually some amazing art of some of these key items. Obviously, in the original game, you don't have this. This is just a way of them putting in the extra functions of fast forwarding and such. But one of the curious things about this game is if you hit square, you can basically see your key items in this menu and you can select them. So there's a lot of things in this game that you can do by just walking up to an object and just try to use an item, but no one will ever tell you that that item is used in that location. You just have to learn it. That's one of the reasons that this game has a lot of secrets. Search found a new frame. Oh, looks like you found it. Oh well, go ahead, take it, it's on me. Yeah, I already knew that this was here. Search received the shellfish frame. Yeah, so you can find and unlock different frames for your windows. I'm pretty sure I always use the default wood one. Sergi, check out the sawfish. Awesome, ain't it? Poppy caught it down south by the El Nido Triangle. Nobody likes going down there though. They all say it's creepy. But the sucker sure looks tasty. Yo, Serge, what do you think of the sawfish? Have you ever seen one this size? Ha! This has got to be from the legendary Dragon King Palace. Wouldn't you agree, Serge? Ha! You wish. Yeah, I guess legends are meant to be legends. Yeah, that definitely would have been too good to be true. Oh well, at least I know for sure that this one's a biggie. Live an honest life and something good is bound to happen. So yeah, our character is mostly silent, though we do have a few opportunities to sometimes choose what to say. Hello Serge, beautiful day today, isn't it? Sure feels great outside. Just being able to bask in the sun all day sure is a nice change. They say the rain cleanses one's spirit, but at our age, we've had enough cleansing, hehe. Oh yeah, one of the things that I like about the game is you can literally just walk away if you accidentally trigger a conversation again that you didn't want to. Yes, I know. I wonder if those outsiders are back digging now that the rain's let up. They must be conducting some kind of investigation up there in Fossil Valley. I can't comprehend outsiders. Why would they want to dig up a place like that? Oh yeah, let me speak with this lady again. She's a shopkeeper. Why hello there, Serge. Can I interest you in something? I have some great elements. Would you like to take a look? Yeah, show me the elements. Sure, just 1 second. Okay, so as I said in this game, everything that is magic is called an element, but now there are some things which are consumable. So you can think of these ones that have like the ×1. These are consumable items. So even though they're still called elements, think of them as just items, because they will usually be your like analogs to potions and other things that you would find in other RPGs. I actually don't know what I currently have equipped. So it says on the side that we don't have anything. Oh, okay, we have Cure. Actually, it's probably best if we leave this menu and quickly check what we have. Oh yeah, that's just element allocate. Yes. Okay, so I already have 5 tablets, Cure, and then I have an empty slot. Yeah. So let us spend some of our money. Buy. So Fireball, Aqua Beam. Let us buy 1 of each. Actually, wait a minute. We had 200. Shall we buy 2 of each? Cause oops, that's not what I want to do. Okay. I'll buy 2 of those and 2 of those. Now here's the thing. If you see me do something and think that I'm not playing optimally, it is very well possible because I do not remember a lot about this game. But I do remember some things. So some of the things that I do might not be obvious, or in some situations I might be screwing up and doing a big blunder. And guess what? You will probably never know until I tell you. But yeah. Oh, okay. You can tell that in some of these characters the art is really different from the original. Yo, Sergi. I heard you totally blew off Lena this morning. I didn't think you had it in you. That was real gutsy of you. I guess that kinda shows her who's boss, eh? Don't tell her I said so, but my sister's a bit too quick to lash out. Could you, like, make her be a little nicer to me? You have my support all the way. I'll keep my fingers crossed for you. So, yeah, Lena's the sister. Hey, Sergi. Do you know what's popular among the village girls these days? A necklace made from Komodo dragon scales. You know those monsters that eat fire? I want to get some for Kiki, but there's no way I can beat those monsters. Oh no, if I don't do something about this now, Kiki might start liking Lolo. Boy, am I in a fix. Well now, you're in Arnie. What brings you here to this quiet seaside village? Oh, it's you, Serge. Just don't be going near Hydra Marshes to the east if you go outside. Don't want you to run into those evil dwarves and that Hydra now. Say, why don't you go talk to the village chief before you set out? His house just past those gates down yonder. Yeah, I'm just talking to everyone in the village. I honestly cannot remember if any of these characters give you anything early on. Looks like the Viper Festival will be cancelled again this year. Our only celebration of El Nido Archipelago down the drain. There hasn't been anything good to talk about since the army from Port took over the islands 3 years ago. We wouldn't have to put up with the situation if General Viper and the Dragoons were still here. Yo, Serge, have you heard anything about the group of thieves up on the mainland? I'm gonna say that I haven't. You really haven't been keeping up, have you? It's pretty big news, even in El Nido. These mysterious thieves have broken into a bunch of houses up on the mainland. They're cold-blooded bastards. They'll go to any extremes to get money or jewels. Even the powerful nation of Poor can't seem to get a hold of them. I think they call themselves the Radical Dreamers? Wouldn't want to run into those bandits. Also, I've been saying El Nido. I don't know if it's El Nido or El Nido, but I always said El Nido when I was young. If someone knows, let me know. Hamana hamana hamna. She sure is pretty. What a knockout that dancer Miki is. The poor town of Termina has its share of dancers, but no one, I say no one, compares to Miki. But mind you, I've never actually seen Miki dance. Oh, how I would love to see them jiggle. I'm talking about her arms, of course. Yeah. Whoa, Serge, don't tell Grandma about this. Doggy! One of the things about this game is sometimes when you're up against an object trying to face it, your analog snaps you back. Yeah, he just barks. Tasty cha-cha-cha, healthy cha-cha-cha. Why don't you try an Heckran soup? Oh, my Heckran soup. That's my specialty, soup made exclusively from Heckran bones. Don't mean to brag, but nobody can make soup like I can. Well, hello, Serge. Do you want to hear the real truth about the world? Insanity leads to chaos, then to solitude, the fruitless effort of adding meaning to what is meaningless. A lone, crimson tear falls to the ocean. The echo of the remaining star cries out in the infinite vacuum. The least I can do is send my distant prayers over the wind of time, setting sail on dreams. Well, how'd you like it, Serge? Were you moved? I've been dreaming about becoming a poet since I was little. I want to cross the continent and make a name for myself, with just pencil and paper. But look at me, I'm in this puny village, in the middle of nowhere, waitressing this rundown shack. What you say about my restaurant? You can quit anytime you want. Yikes. Just kidding, I was just kidding. I was just saying how good the work environment is. Okay. No answer. It's just a barrel. I don't remember this door. Oh, search found Hecarim bone. Okay, so did you see the green text? That means that it's a key item. Hecarim bone. The leg bone of a wild Hecarim. Perfect for making stock to be used in soups and stews. Search found an ivory helmet. Let's look at our equipment. We probably have nothing. Okay, so we have the sea swallow, we have ivory mail, and no accessories. Okay. So that is equipped. We got ourselves some, yeah. Can I save anywhere I want? I cannot remember if I can do that. No, I cannot. Yeah. So this game is still using the save point system that the original game did. So we have to find specific places, kind of like save stations almost. But if I'm correct, I think that on the overworld map you can save wherever you want. Hello there, Serge. Word has it that Komodo dragon scales are quite popular among the young'uns these days. So you're collecting them too, huh? What, to make a silly little necklace? That's right! Well said, Serge. You truly are a man of the sea. They don't call me a Komodo dragon expert for nothing. Let me give you some pointers. Clean out your ears and listen well, Serge. This is truly top secret. My super duper secret number 1. Rock and roll to trap the sucker. My super duper secret number 2. Use the lay of the land and make a surprise attack. My super duper secret number 3. There is always one that likes to play tag. Run with all your might. Beware, Komodo dragons are mighty cautious and run at high speeds. You must face them with your wits, courage, and tenacity. Use your lightning... What? Oh, sorry. Use your lightning start and run like the wind. Whip past them with all your might. Actually, I guess there's no point overtaking them. Anyhow, it's all about guts, my boy. So once you catch up to one, you must fight. Kick that little sucker's butt. But don't get your own butt kicked. That's about all I can teach you about the ways of an expert. Now go, Serge. Go for the gold and bring forth a brighter tomorrow. Sorry. Isn't my Celine cute? Daddy found her by Lizard Rock. A lot of baby Komodo dragons play out there. I guess it's kinda like their hangout. And you know what, Sergi? Don't tell anyone what I'm about to tell you, okay? It's a secret. Lolo said he was going to get me some Komodo dragon scales. What should I do? Oh, poor little dude at the back. Lolo is gonna swipe her away. Sergi, don't be mean to my Celine. Can I interact with this? No, it's just a fish head, isn't it? Do you know about Lizard Rock, southwest of the village? I've heard that a mother Komodo dragon comes out every once in a while. I've told Kiki numerous times not to play there, but she never listens to me. I guess kids will be kids. Oh, hi Serge. I was lost in my thoughts there. You know how Kiki's growing up so quickly? Sometimes I'm just amazed at how much she resembles her mother. Yeah, I guess my wife is like that too. She's been very much like her mother since as long as I can remember. I guess that demonstrates how life continues to live on through generations. It's been about 10 years since I became a fisherman. Back then, I still had other aspirations, but I ended up succeeding my dad. I guess you can say that everything here represents 10 years of my life. Lion sharks, sawfish, six-horned narwhals. You name it. They represent all my hard work and dedication. I love my job, and I'm happy with my current lifestyle and all, but lately, I get to thinking when I see Kiki about how I could have had a different future. What if I'd chosen a different path 10 years ago? Then I'd be living a completely different life than I am now. I'm not saying which one would have been better, I just wonder where the other path may have led me. I guess the longer you live, the more you wonder about another you that might have been. Boy, life sure is complex. Oh, hey Serge, you want this? Here, take it. It's an amulet I made from a lion shark tooth 10 years ago, when I decided to become a fisherman. I don't need it anymore. I have my wife and Kiki watching over me. Serge received shark tooth. Okay, and that is also a key item. So again, remember, all of these key items, we probably will never get anyone telling us where to use them. For some of them, we might get hints every now and then, but we mostly have to discover them ourselves. And back then, when I first played this game, I didn't have internet, so I couldn't just Google something. I couldn't search up for the answer. So there are a lot of items that even today I do not know what they do or where they're used. So this is an amulet Kiki's father made from a lion shark tooth 10 years ago when he decided to be a fisherman. Now, with the conversation with this guy, notice that he mentioned stuff about, oh, I wonder how life would have been if 10 years ago I made another decision. Bear in mind, when I was talking about the very beginning of this game and I said, the fact that it's kind of linked with Chrono Trigger, but think of it as an alternate reality. The whole idea of like alternate timelines is a very big concept in this game, and you will soon see that. It's not necessarily a spoiler, I think. Good morning, Serge. Don't tell me you just woke up. Don't you know that the early bird gets the worm? Lena's over there on the pier. Looks like her mother. Asked her to babysit. You used to cry and run away at the mere sight of a pussycat, do you remember? When you were about yay high, you were attacked by a panther demon. I guess it left an emotional scar. But it's good that you've overcome the fear. Girls will think you're a weenie running away from cats. This is my house. Enter it on risk. Oh god, I forgot that that's how Portugal speaks. Am I gonna have to read it that way the entire time? Speaking of Portugal, oh actually wait a minute, I think that this is the only person that I haven't spoken to here yet. The pier's up ahead. Listen, don't be messing with those boats. I'm sure you understand. A boat is like a limb to our fishermen. Pull any stunts like last time and I'll whack you in the head. Okay, so we've spoken to everyone here in the middle of town. There's just one more section over here. Because we were told to speak with the elder. Radius. That's his name, yeah. Oh, Serge, how goes it? How would you like to join everyone for my lecture? Today's lecture is the fundamentals of attack and the art of elements. Sure, I guess not. Like, this is kind of like an a tutorial, but just for nostalgia's sake, I'm gonna do it. Excellent, a true man you are. Well then, let's get on with it. Ho ho ho! Come on, Serge, don't hold back. Oh, also, if you see at the bottom where it says innate and then there's a green dot, that's his element. So green is... So, in this game, green is wind, but it's also kind of nature. So it's like a mix between wind and nature. First, here's some basic advice on attacking, so listen up, young'un. You know, with 3 different attacks levels, weak, strong, and fierce, each have different accuracy or hit percentage values, don't you? Every time you hit your opponent, each of these values increases, making it easier for your next attack to hit its mark. A good strategy is to start with weak blows, which have the highest chance of succeeding, and then build up to strong and fierce blows. So rather than attacking willy-nilly, you should aim for to build up your hit percentage. If your fierce 3 attacks don't hit home, you're just wasting your energy. Yeah, I know. But I like... Oh, he's beating the shit out of me. I like just going full bore. Even if I do miss every now and then, it's usually worth it. And then I can use elements. Oh, you're not even close. Don't be trusting in your hit percentage too much there, boy. As long as it's not 100%, you still run the risk of missing continuously. Sometimes it pays to muster up the courage to use strong and fierce attacks straight from the start, too. Yeah, I like doing that. Fierce. Fierce. You must be fierce. This option here in yellow, it means that if I use it now, I'm gonna waste all of my stamina, and then I cannot use elements. So I used it too, just to get me up to level 2. And now, if you look at my elements, sorry, I'm at level 2, so I can actually see the one on level 3. But I use it. If I could see it, you would see that it's now grayed out. So every element you can only use once. So if I now use Cure on myself, I actually don't know how long this battle goes, but if I have another round, I will then show you. Yes, I definitely will. Next, let's check out the use of elements. When you use an element, the color of the element's attribute remains on the battlefield in the form of the field effect. Each time you continuously use the same color of element, the effectiveness of the colored element group increases. Here, I'll show you. Let's fill up all the field effect attributes with the color blue. Try using a blue element after me. Oh, well, I technically used it before, so... Yeah, sorry, I don't have any more blue. I don't have any more blue. But okay, so now that I have the full levels, if you see, I've already used Cure and Fireball, so they're grayed out. You can only use them once per battle, but as soon as you get into another battle, they're usable again. So another thing that I loved about this game is you're not necessarily wasting MP, which is something that you always had to recuperate at the end. Yeah, let us just hit him, because I don't really have any more magic. Hey there, hurry up and turn all the field effect attributes blue for crying out loud. Don't you know how to use them elements or something, young man? If that's the case, then listen up. It takes some explaining. First, you've got to choose attack to do some physical damage to your opponent in order to get started. Weak, strong, and fierce attacks. Add each 1, 2, or 3 points to your element power level. Your current level is the number that appears above the LV symbol under your name there. Oh, I nearly forgot to tell you. You won't accumulate any power unless you actually succeed in hitting your opponent. So be careful, you can't afford to miss. Discharging this accumulated power is what using elements is all about. Once you've built up some power, you will be able to choose the element option from the battle menu. When you select the element option, gray colored rectangular plates appear on the screen, don't they? Those plates are the elements you currently have allocated. So why don't you try using one of those blue elements you have there, boy? Relax, they won't disappear when you use them. You just won't be able to use them again for the rest of the battle, that's all. Once you enter another battle, you'll be able to use them again, so don't hold back now. But even though I say this, I still have to stress that you've got to consider the appropriate time to use your elements. Otherwise, you'll never be able to beat some of the harder enemies you're bound to meet. You've got to form the proper strategy, boy. Oh, but wait, I'm forgetting something important. It must be my old age. There are some elements that disappear in a puff of smoke each time you use them. The element X1 tablet is just one example. These are called consumable elements, and they have the symbol in front of their names. They don't regenerate after each battle. However, the benefit of such consumable elements is that you can allocate up to 5 of them to the same element grid space. Doing so allows you to use several of them in the same battle, unlike basic elements, which normally can only be used once in any one battle. That is why consumable elements also have a number such as ×5 after their name. That's the number you're currently holding that grid position. This number will decrease as the elements are used, however after each battle you can restock more to use next time. Anyway, enough about that, more about actually using elements. I'm sure you'll notice that each time you use an element, your element power level as shown by the LV number will go down. It's just simple subtraction really. For instance, say you're currently at level 3 and you decide to use a tablet element allocated at level 1 in your elemental grid. In this case, 3 minus 1 leaves 2, so your current elemental power level will now be changed to level 2. You can use elements anytime so long as your stamina value is above 1.0. So in this case, you'll still be able to use elements with a power level of up to level 2 right after using the tablet element. Did you get the gist of it, Sonny? Now, do you see the importance of developing good battle tactics? You can build up a little power, then use an element, build up a little more, then use another element, repeating this over and over, that's okay. Or you can build up your elemental power to its maximum level and unleash a barrage of elements one after another, that's no problem either. Use whatever strategy you think will work to defeat either of your enemies you come across. It's up to you. There are hordes of monsters out there that you'll never be able to defeat with physical attacks alone. You're going to need to master elements to get by. Well, sorry for the long lecture there, Sonny. My explanation about elements is officially over. Why don't you try and use one now? Sorry, I used mine already. Okay, so he already made it all blue. Not like I have anything else to use. Just gonna try to smack him. See, the field is completely blue. Any blue element you use now will surely pack a punch. Here, try this out. Aqua Ball. I still don't know if I like the new font that they've used for the elements and for these in-battle text options. It's a bit cartoony. I don't know. Anyway, it might grow on me. Ho ho ho, was that too much for you? Sorry about that, young'un. Conversely, when there is a lot of blue in the field effect attribute, the elements of the opposite color red will be weakened. So try to discern your enemy's attack pattern and fill the field with the opposite color of his attacks as a form of defense. The strategy of using elements is sure to come in handy, so put it to good use, Sonny. Revive. Yeah, I've already used all of my elements. I don't really want to use a tablet on him, so let us just do this. Ho ho ho, how was that? You learned something there, boy? Anyway, I guess it's time to bring this lesson to an end. Here you go. Ha! It's gonna kill me again. Dead. Pooped already, yeah? And you're still so young. Oh well, don't let it get to you. Come again anytime, Sonny. That jingle that you just heard was us getting fully healed again. Also, one of the things that I had forgotten to actually do is I wanted to move this cure skill back here. Oh wait, do I have to first remove? Yeah, so I first have to remove this one so that I have the. Oops, I went too far back. I want to move cure over here. And I want to put Aqua Beam over here. Okay. And that should be it. Oh, actually, if I just go to the status menu just to see something quickly. Okay. I was wondering if there was any extra information. I did everything just as Chief Radius told me, and now the aches in my body are completely gone. What a fine man our chief is. Skilled, competent, caring. I heard he was quite a warrior in his prime. You could learn much from our chief and grow up to be a great man like Radius. The record of fate tells me not to go out to sea today. That's why I'm here for the chief's lecture. Go against the record of fate and you'll regret it for sure. Days like this, it's best to take it easy. We should all live in harmony with fate. Hi, Serge. I, Gonji, know all and see all. I can tell you all you need to know about using key items. How about it? Tell me, Gonji. Good, good. I'd be happy to. Listen carefully now. When you want to give someone a key item, get within talking distance and press X. This will bring up the item menu. Is that showing Xbox controls? It might. Because for me it's square. Then pick the item you wish to hand over and confirm your selection. If all goes well, the person should respond. It's the same procedure for when you want to use a key item at a specific location. Just select the item you wish to use. No need to worry about making mistakes. The item won't disappear if there's no response. Well, that's about it. Come to me anytime, should you have any questions, boy. Anyway, let us speak with the girl and then with Porshul, which is very obviously here. Oh shit. Okay, Porshul just got in my way. Hey Sergi, wanna hear a secret? It's about Porshul. Sure, tell me. Okay, but keep it a secret, okay? Yeah, it's not like he's right here. Porshul is such a pig when it comes to eating. Oh, it's a her, that's right, I forgot. I don't know why, but I had a feeling it was a him. Oh well, she'll do anything if she's fed her favorite dish. Very unladylike, isn't it? Tempted by food. And by the way, that was a hint. which you will see in a second. Oh, hi, Sergi Poo. Me, I'm a bit busy right now. Have you already met up with Lena? Me thinks she worth by the pier. Okay. Some characters sometimes say different things when you talk to them several times. So what the other girl told us was a little bit of a hint, because if we use a Hecarim bone... Ah, is that a Hecarim bone? Sergi Poo? Present? For I? How'd you know? To accept or not to accept? Ahem. Me accept your present, and me shall help you. Me will do anything you want. Me will be honored to be by your side. Me will use my pretty miracle power X. Me will do it, Sergi Poo. Partial join your party. Okay, so now we have Partial in our party. And they will follow us around. There was a button, not you. Oh, there it is. Okay, so if I hit select, I can change who is running in front of the party. So you can shift people around, and I can control Partial if I want to. Okay, let me, oops. Yo, my name's Toma the 14th, but people usually put the Great Explorer in front of my name. The Great Explorer Toma. I was just looking around for treasure. I have a sixth sense, you know. Yo, I wasn't gardening, I was really looking for treasure. That's exactly right, Serge. There it is, the record of fate. It records everything good or bad. If you happen across one of these, don't forget to record everything you've done so far. Think of how terrible it would be if you lost your past. There wouldn't be anything you could do about it. It's like a diary. If you listen closely, the record of fate will tell you lots of things, like what you should be doing next. And when you can't hear anything anymore, well, I guess it means you don't have a future? When that happens, you should just go home and go to sleep. There isn't anything you can do to change fate. That's a bit morbid. If you want to record what you've done so far, step up to the record of fate and open up the menu. Then select the block. The block? Oh yeah, block, because this is back the PlayStation 1 days when memory cards were counted in blocks. The block you want, follow directions to save. Easy, isn't it? But you should go look for another one. I'm going to be here for a while. Oh yeah, and if you go out into the world map, you can save without record of fate. No cutting in, Serge. Back to the... Can I really not use it? Oh, I'm just talking to her. I didn't want to do that. Can I actually use it here? I cannot. Okay, yeah, she's actually... Yeah, she doesn't want me to do it. Oh, it's you, Serge. I think the chief is outside. He said he was going to teach him self-defense. He may be old, but he still has some fight left in him. You kids better not misbehave, or else the chief will have to crack down on you all. Can I? Yeah, okay. Oh, I think the chief is outside. He's going self-defense. Yeah, that's just the same thing that I said before. We came all the way out here in search of the legendary treasure, but our funds ran out. Once I'm done cleaning in here, I have to do some yard work. We gotta do something to cover our expenses. If I knew this was going to happen, I should have tried to persuade Sir Toma to look for treasure on the Xenon continent. Time sure does fly. Chief Radius has been living here for 4 years already. He's such a bright, cheerful man. Everyone in the village really likes him. I wish he could stay here forever. Okay, so all of this might have been a little bit long-winded for you guys, but in a way, this is what RPGs are. You walk around and talk to everyone. At least I think that that's the best way, because it builds the world out. You start to understand the different people around you and how the village works and so forth. So we've spoken to almost everyone. We have one additional person in our party. Well, person? She's a dog. Oh, it's you, Serge. Beautiful day, huh? You caught me dozing off there. By the way, Serge, do you like the sea? Yes. Oh, really? Yeah, the sea sure is great, but just remember, Serge, don't take it too lightly. Usually you'll find the sea to be vast, deep, full of strength and energy, yet kind and gentle, but once it becomes angry, it can turn into the most frightening monster you've ever seen, engulfing everything. Close your eyes and prick up your ears. Can you hear the cries of countless men swallowed by the sea? The hidden secrets the sea whispers? I recommend you learn to sense the mood of the sea. That's if you don't want to join the fellows already on the bottom. Hi Lena, I heard you were waiting for me. You're late, Serge. Sleeping in as usual, I suppose. You promised you'd go get some Komodo dragon scales for my necklace, remember? Since you were late, my mom asked me to babysit the kids. Woohoo, Sergi, Lena, look at me! Come on, you guys should join us. It feels really good. Unlike the rest of you, we're not here to play. Don't swim out too far now. Okay, gotcha. It already looks like they are really far as it is. Kids sure have it easy. Remember when we were like that? Not a single care or worry on our minds. How each day lasted an eternity, filled with newness, fun, and excitement. But the important thing now is not our childhood, but my Komodo scale necklace! Yes, we have to face up to reality and live each day anew. So I want you to go to Lizard Rock and get some scales for me. I would join you, but I still have to watch the kids. It's your fault, you were late. Once you've collected some Komodo dragon scales, I'll catch up with you at Opasa Beach. Is that okay with you, Serge? Sure, no problem. Good, that's what I wanted to hear. Okay then, don't just stand around, go collect some scales at Lizard Rock. Let's see, I think 3 should be enough. Good luck, Serge, I'm counting on you. Okay, just out of curiosity, let us see what Poshul has. Does Poshul have any elements? She does not. Okay. This was one of the reasons why I had bought extra, because I knew that we were gonna get Poshul. Should I get an extra one? I wish I had another gear. We still have 100 gold. I could buy another element. Let's buy one more. Show me your elements. One more aqua beam. Oh, actually, wait, I can buy a gear. I forgot that that was for sale. What am I doing? Oh, it's, yeah. Let's give Poshul a cure. Okay, perfect. And we can head out. We've spoken to everyone in the village. And this is our overworld map. Okay, so actually before going there, I'm going to save, because we've been recording for an hour. Oh, there's still slot 1 and slot 2. Interesting. Okay, interesting. Wait a minute. There was another one there. What was... Oh, okay. So we do have autosaves. Interesting. Okay, so that's gonna be helpful because the original game did not have autosaves. If you died, you were going all the way back to your previous save. So that is kind of good. Also, I did not check see Portial's equipment. Bone glove and ivory mail. Okay. Whoops. So yeah, we used the Hecarim bone that we had here to recruit Portial. And now we have to go to Lizard Rock. Let us just go in so you can see what the next area looks like. Okay. Some of these textures. I honestly can't tell if they look better or worse after the remaster, because I cannot remember what they looked like originally. But you know what? My nostalgia filters are still telling me that they look amazing. Anyway, I hope that this game is still bearable for you guys to watch. I know it's not the most modern thing, it might not have aged well in certain aspects. I still hope you do enjoy it because I really love this game, so I do plan to play it a lot And I hope you guys will join me for the journey. Um, in the meantime, I would like to ask you guys if you would please do me the favor of liking and subscribing if you could, because that would help me a lot. And I will continue releasing videos for as long as I'm able to. um, so yeah, that is it for now. And next time, we will tackle this place. We will try and find some lizard scales for Lena, and we shall see what happens. So in the meantime, see ya!